Okay, a few weeks ago I posted a video as an update asking my subscribers what they would like to see of future content on my channel. Now, as always, things have changed, so I was going over the analytics and seeing. And over the years, we started off military surplus reloading, and history of the old military guns. And there are some other venues that I do cover from time to time, and some of them are more along the lines of political discussions and just things of that nature, just my thoughts on, or current events. I'm not going to go into the past. We all know what's happened, and there was a point there I thought they were just going to about remove my channel. So I've done something with that, and you guys all know. There's other venues or other places where I can speak freely other than YouTube without violating their policies, ever changing policies, which make it difficult to, make videos. So I asked everybody, and we'll go over, I went over my analytics. I have over 20,000 people subscribing to the channel over these years, pretty good. And I was looking at how, they tell you how long people view the videos, how many minutes watched, and all this other stuff. And I kind of noticed that a lot of videos that maybe were, say, 20 minutes long, doing an in-depth explanation or looking at a firearm, I was only getting about anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes of watch time for the videos. So I kind of said, got to try to do something different. So also, I've found that even with the 20,000 subscribers, I have about 350 people, I'd say, are my actual subscribers that follow this channel. Some of them have followed this channel for like 13 years, Teleoceros. Some of you guys have been with me right from the beginning when I first started, all them 2010 or something, I think I made my first video. So, thanks, I did look into that. But anyway, so we get to the point. So I asked, hey, make some suggestions on different content, topics, live, this, that. And I'd say I had about 35 people send me some sort of response or something. And I made a little list here of what everyone suggested. We'll start with content, okay? And the number one thing was mil surplus. This is exactly what I've done. This is what I've started. It was a hobby I've, since I was a teenager, I've collected old military firearms, okay? And we all know that the hobby's changed. And the biggest problem I have is I'm not acquiring anything. Actually, the majority of the firearms that I have purchased in the past year and made content were civilian, generally handguns of the concealed carry type, which is extremely popular with the general public right now. Not so much us guys that collect older military guns and stuff like that, but just in general. And the reason for that is, as we know, the hobby's changed. I'm not acquiring any more guns because they're difficult to find, they're in high demand, and the price is much higher. Okay, I've made several videos showing you guys that. And I will make a video about when people request, I tell them how much their gun is worth, and that's going to be a separate video, and I'll explain that situation. But it's just, I do have an extensive collection, and really, unless I'm getting into museum quality stuff on certain guns that I like, and they do exist, you can find them, but they're awful expensive. I just, with the current situation, okay, with the economy, global economy, and the economy of the United States, I really don't have funds to expand the collection or come up with new stuff. So what I've been doing is reviewing some of the guns in my collection. Some of them I haven't handled in like over 5 years, or taken them out or done anything with them, 5 or even more. Okay, so I decided we're going to do the little quick reviews, trying to keep it about 10 minutes, just discuss the gun, kind of look at it, if there's anything interesting about the guns and markings or whatever, talk a little bit about the history and the design, and I'm going to go with that for now, for the mill surplus stuff. That's where we're going to go. Now the second thing requested was black powder guns, okay? And I do have some originals, a few of them, but a majority of them are the Italian replicas. Especially, I have a very nice collection of cap and ball revolvers and some muskets. And I do have some flintlock guns. Somebody asked me if I would do some more videos shooting some flintlock muskets. I think I have 2 here. Yeah, I think I got 2 of them, and I've had them for years. It's about time we take them out and shoot them a little. And the cap and ball guns, the bullets I get from Errors Gone bullet molds, which are exact replicas of historic bullets and that. So I've had several people, and they kind of blended in. A lot of the people that said mill surplus and black powder. Okay, so we're going to work on that once the weather gets good. I get out in the summertime. I like doing that in the summer. And the black powder guns, they're pretty neat, because if you're into history and you like them, it's pretty much a very casual form of shooting. You get some propellant, some lead balls, and caps when you can find them, which those have been available recently. And, you know, it don't take much. You don't have to buy a ton of equipment or anything. It's a powder measure. You dump the powder in the ball, a little bit of lube, and you go out and fire off some rounds. You know, you don't have to fire 5,000 rounds, but you know, you get a couple cylinders out there. It's always fun. And there are a lot of people that like that and that type of venue of firearms. So yeah, I still have my collection. We go. Actually, there's a couple pieces I haven't fired yet because I just couldn't get the lead balls, if you believe that, and the material is to fire them. So we're going to go with that. So we're looking at expanding more on the black powder. Now reloading. Reloading, that has become a problem because I had somebody also request specifically for a video when you reload the old black powder cartridges with some sort of smokeless powder or reduced charge. The person asked, what do you use for fillers, or K-pop or whatever, and I'm going to make a video on that specifically because the cases are so huge. You got a small charge of powder in a gigantic case, and we'll discuss that in another video. But reloading is a tough one because I did make, when I first started the channel, I did make videos on, and they're still out there, about scales, reloading blocks, how to set your sizing die, how to set your seating die, okay? And they're just basic little things that have been there forever and had a lot of views. And over the years, I've had more people send me thank you for making videos like that, than anything else. But there's no more, once you make the one thing on a basic tool, there's no more elaboration on it. But a lot of people, because I get into specialized reloading, are much more advanced reloading, where there is fabrication of cases and bullet molds and that, and that is a little bit more difficult. And a couple years ago I had a policy to where I opened up a members only thing, which is $3 a month. Okay, you get your membership, in all the videos, in depth, reloading all the odd cartridges and load data. A lot of people request load data, and I don't know who they are. There are some people that I've had communications and basically relationship with on YouTube for a number of years that are pretty good reloaders themselves, pretty experienced people. Difficult thing with reloading, and like when that person requested that, you don't want to put any information out because of liability. If you tell someone, get X amount of this powder, and then they can't find that powder, I used to get a lot of people telling me, well, that's expensive. I can buy this cheaper, but I don't know if that'll work. Don't just substitute. If I tell you the exact powder, the manufacturer, and the amount, don't say, well, they said this is close to it. Okay, so there's a liability problem, and I found that when I ask for the $3 a month, a lot of the people that are kind of scary or inexperienced or just want a quick answer and are going to run out and whip something together and come back and blame me when stuff goes wrong, that eliminates that. That problem's ended. Anyone willing to be a member and pay me generally has a skill set and a level to where I can show them and give them information and they understand it, and I don't have to worry about the liability of somebody being seriously injured in that. It's kind of like when people say, I'd like to fire this gun, and I said, what's the condition about it? And the minute they said, well, it's okay, I know that there's problems, but we're not going to get into that. So reloading's a little bit touchy, and my members, again, thank you guys for hanging in there all this time. I know there's been periods where I haven't made any members videos, but there are some new ones coming up. I've gotten the Kropatschek rifles out, and I've gotten out my 8x50 Austrians, some of these guns. And what it is, I'm eventually, after some trial and error over the years, I will get back into making it, and I'm going to get some custom bullet molds made up here. And then I'm going to replicate with a cast bullet and try to get close to the actual cartridge, because a 329 grain diameter bullet, torpedo bullet, that weighs 250 grains is not manufactured, and there's nothing you can tweak over safely. There was something I worked on years ago, but there was some safety issues involved where if I told you to do that, there's a probability that there could be a catastrophic failure if something went wrong. So that's why reloading's kind of touchy. But I will be doing and working on some projects that I've shelved for a very long time, and bringing up some other cartridges that, like the 11mm Mauser for the 7184s. I've done some work with the Verndals and this and that, but we're going to probably revisit those and do some touch-up videos. So getting a membership, if that's what you're looking for. Not everybody's looking for that. So, but unfortunately that's the way I'm going to do it with reloading. Alright, so now we come up shorts. I'm going to make a video on that. It's something new that I've tried, and it's very strange. It isn't like what I thought it would be, and I'll explain that in the video, and it's kind of curious. They get a lot of views, but that's about it. Okay, and I'll explain that in another video. And then we go, that was 4, the shorts. And the suggestions I got is use the short like a trailer to get people that come and look at the longer video. And there is an area where you can tie a video on my channel to the short. That doesn't work. So, but I'll discuss that in the video. Live broadcasts. Those were always fun. somewhat. When I was doing them every Sunday, I used to get like 80, 100 people. It was pretty wide open, and I had the Gun Geek and a couple of the fellows from up there in Canada come on, and we'd field questions and everything. And basically what people wanted in the shorts was a question and answer period, where you could come, I'd be live, and you could ask me a question, and I'd give you an answer. Well, that was okay for a while, but there were sometimes, and what it is people ask me about something I just don't know. And I tell them, I don't know. And it kind of upsets them, but I'm not going to lie to you or make some shit up, I tell you the truth. If I don't know anything about it, I have no experience with it, I'm, not going to make a suggestion. And a lot of people looking for free information, like one individual, how do you headspace a rifle without headspace gauges? And to do it correctly and be safe, you don't. That's why you use headspace gauges, to measure the chamber and make sure your gun's right. I'm not going to tell you some cockamamie thing and stick a shim under there and just, I've heard that. That's kind of negligence on my part for even suggesting that. So, a lot of people didn't kind of like that answer either. How do you headspace a gun without gauges? You don't. Okay, it's simple as that. And the last few lives I had were okay. Didn't get a lot of people. And then somebody did suggest that I ask, like, Readiness Review there. He does a ton of mil surplus work, that young fella. And I did find his Facebook page and sent him a message. I said, I'm the creator of this channel, and I sent it to him over a week or so ago and haven't got a reply. So, I'd ask him, I have asked some people to collaborate, but I haven't got anything in return yet. If you guys contact him more, suggest it, I wouldn't mind having a live broadcast with him and answering your guys' questions, but no luck yet. And also, looking at my schedule, the weekends now, like I used to do Sunday night in the winter, I have a lot of things going on. My weekends are busy. Some people did suggest the middle of the week, like it, because their time zones are different, like in the evening at 9 or 10 or something, but to me, it was more of an afternoon on a weekend type of thing. Or I can do an afternoon dinner time thing, Eastern Standard Time, or something like that. But for right now, we're going to shelf the live until I figure out what might be a good schedule. Or somebody gets back to me and we have some other suggestions. Now, another thing was, and this is the least, there were several, or one or two people said, hey, your disassembly assembly videos, and they said, could you kind of redo them? And the problem with those is I did make them years ago. They were very popular. We would go out, and a lot of us that had channels, if we got an old gun, we'd show you how to disassemble it and take it all apart and all that other stuff. I did that. The Gun Geek made a ton of videos like that. And there were several other channels where we did that and discussed the guns or how to tune them up or look at them or just take them apart and clean them. Problem is, what my bad hand, and you've noticed if you've been around on a channel, it's gotten worse. It's never going to get better. The damage to my nervous system just gets worse, and actually it's difficult for me to cast bullets. Actually, my wife's the one that's been casting here recently, and I might have to end up getting her on the weekends to, when she has time, to cast for me. I kind of showed her what to do, and she picked it up pretty quick and does a good job of it. I can't do it because I can't hold the bullet mold and pour. So I guess my days of casting bullets by hand are gone. So that's something I'm working with and try and straighten out. Yeah, so the disassembly videos, I don't think I can help you there. Okay, I talked about the guy reloading the fillers, the one specific thing, and somebody talking about my videos, my buddy Kirby, Thekoba49. You know, he suggested, and there are a lot of people who have subscribed to my channel that really, they're not into antique guns. They're just in for my commentary on the situation in life, you know, as I'll call it, so we don't get shut down here. And when I talk about different topics. And that is, you know, when you talk about something just generally, for a lot of people, you know, they just want to interact, hear it, and it helps them vent and helps them with a lot of the anxiety that our modern society creates for people. Okay, you know, people like to communicate, discuss it, hear it. And I've been trying to do more videos like that, but I sit and try to, things are so mixed up and out of control and uncertain, okay, that I can't process it and stay on one single point, because the whole system, the government, the economy, our society, the way people are, it's all so jumbled up and out of control. I can't get my thoughts in one clear point to focus. And that's what is going on. That's what's going on with social media, the news, and everything. They're deliberately doing this to where you can't get a clear thought in your head. It's like psychological warfare, okay? But, you know, now the weather's cold. It's going to be cold the next few months, so I'm kind of screwed about going out and shooting. I want to go to the range. I want to, you know, work down in the garage, get some reloading done, but it's too cold, and I'm here in the house drinking a coffee and making some content. But I'll do more of those, and like I said, I want to make several shorter videos discussing some of these points in depth in that. So thank you. I thank you guys very much for your input, and that's what I believe I'm going to be striving to do. Some of it I'm already doing and working on, and that's where we're going to go from here. All right, the comment section's open, so you comment away. All right, gentlemen, thank you, and I thank you for your subscriptions and, you know, keeping the channel going. All right, thanks.